and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Higher Expertise. And today, joining me is Javier Silva. How you doing?
Hello, guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's too early in the morning. I'm getting mixed up.
We need some coffee.
We
We
need
need
some
some
coffee.
coffee.
Today, we're going to be talking about a very integral part of the business of, especially for ours, and we definitely suggest other people to integrate it into theirs, and it's Microsoft Teams. We've already stressed this enough, and we just can't stress it enough, right? So the workforce is changing, right? And
Yes.
so it's not the good old-fashioned calling people, paging people. Now things are changing. The communication methods are changing. That's where Microsoft Teams come in. So talk us a little bit more about that, Israel.
Right. So we are noticing that the workforce of tomorrow is changing, right? Even pagers are kind of non-existent at this point, right? They have cell phones. The desk phone is disappearing. We see people communicating with multiple devices at multiple times and not necessarily sticking to the 8 to 5 normal office hours, right? So we see that communication is changing. Their messaging is changing. The ability to do SMS and send messages and communicate while they're working on multiple things is the way of the future, right? So Microsoft Team offers three great things on why they should consider Microsoft Team. We believe that there's three great points for them to consider: communication, collaboration, and integration. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about those 3 points and expanding on those. I want to turn it over to you guys so that we can share our thoughts and on why those three things are important.
Sure. Yeah, I would like to start about the collaboration part. It's a really good tool because we can share documents and we can all be working on the same document without leaving the team application, right? You have the whole same
Look and feel.
you look and feel
Right.
inside the application as opening the like, for example, an Excel spreadsheet, the standalone version on your computer. So we can do Word documents, OneNotes, create teams, and be all together working towards the same goal.
Right.
You can share the files, and below this file that you just shared, you can leave a note explaining people what the file is about and what you want out of that
Integration.
Integration.
I think one of the things that we also want to say is that it has version control, right? So if you're working on an Excel document, and while you're working on the Excel document, whether you're in Brazil, here in the United States, or in Europe, you are able to share that through the internet. Where before, for collaboration, you needed to be in the same network, kind of,
Yeah.
if you will, right? So it allows us to collaborate across multiple regions and span, and offers the ability for us to have version control.
Right. So I think Javier did a great job explaining the collaboration point, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the communication methods. It is a great messaging tool.
Right.
A lot of people are already used to an instant messaging software of some kind, but this is great because it's on multiple platforms. Everyone has a cell phone these days. There's an app for Teams. It's just as dynamic as the desktop version. And not to mention, it also has a cell phone capability where you can make and receive calls through the Teams app.
Right, and the number stays with you regardless whether you're in the office, in your house, in your car. It's the same phone number. The other thing too is allows you to leave voice messages, right? So even
Right.
if you're not there, allows you to leave a voice message, and you will get an email
You'll
or
get
a
an
text
email.
notification that you have a voicemail.
Now, can I ask you a question? How far you see this application going? I mean, like, for example, do you see this in retail or type of businesses like that in the
Well,
future?
I definitely see it expanding a lot. It's integrating a lot of new features. Like, for example, Infor Common is now working on integrating to Teams. You can see Smart Sheets, Stream, Shift, so you can clock in and clock out from your work, the scheduler. So I definitely see it growing a lot more. It's like a mutation between, I don't know, Zoom, Skype for Business, instant messaging. You can do
Clocking in,
video calls,
scheduling.
clocking in, scheduling. So I think it's gonna be a really very complete application in the near future.
And
It's been
right.
only 2 years since it's been out.
Right.
and look at how far they've come, right? And they're always making changes to it and adding.
One of the things that we've noticed is, for example, Outlook was one of the most downloaded and used products for Microsoft. With the introduction of Microsoft Teams, that has exploded in terms of how people are using it. There is more install for Microsoft Teams than there is for Outlook, and Outlook was the number one product for Microsoft for a long time. Now Microsoft Teams is actually surpassing Outlook. Why? Because it integrates Excel, Outlook, it integrates Word, and it also has the ability to add other applications, HubSpot, Smartsheets, a number of others. So
ticketing systems, like
ticketing system, right?
Right.
Absolutely. All right. So and going back real quick before we wrap it up, going back to collaboration, we don't now. You don't need an appointment, set an appointment with somebody. Hey, I need you to come here to check this out.
Right.
I've seen you guys just having video calls, conferences with people from miles away.
Yeah, we do it
and
all
get
the
the
time.
job done from here. You don't have to
Yeah,
go
we
inside.
do
I
it
mean,
all
it's
the
always good to go inside, but I mean,
we do it all the time, and we are always sharing documents. Every time we can implement, like we create new teams and new ways of using it. It integrates with SharePoint, of course, is part of the Office 365 suite. So I mean, to me, it's very easy to use, and you have everything right there.
And one of the things that we did not even touch about today is it's very secure, right? So yeah, it's included in Office 365. Yeah, it offers a lot of messaging capability. Yeah, it offers you a lot of great tools to collaborate, but it's also very, very secure. So you don't have to worry about, you're communicating with clients, partners, coworkers, and things like that, and having your communications be exposed to hackers and these kinds of things. So definitely it's a very secure tool, allows you to communicate effectively with others in the organization, even outside the organization, and it's very secure.
But now that you said about outside the organization, something that we saw the other day that it really, I really liked it a lot, is that you can add like different domains. Like for us, we have several clients.
Right.
We can add those clients' domain on our teams, and then we can communicate with them without leaving our Sendian team
right.
login or
Right.
station.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Austin.
I was just going to say, going back to your question, Nelson, I think that Teams is not something that's going to go away very easily because
No, it's actually going to
It's-
continue
in
to
all
grow.
forms,
It's just
yes.
getting started.
yes, in
They're
all
just getting
forms of
warmed up.
business,
Right.
right. As long as communication is a key in a business, unless it's
Right.
a single person, but even a one-man business could use this to his advantage because many times we are communicating outside of our business with our
Right.
clients.
Right.
And I think that as long as people are talking to each other, Teams will continue to grow and be a useful tool.
Yeah, and one great point that you mentioned is for those organizations that are one or two people, yes, we definitely encourage you to have it. The reason why is because you may be a small organization, but your partners, your clients, your coworkers may be on other communication systems, and quite likely they're going to be on Microsoft Teams. So having the ability for you to be on Microsoft Teams and easily communicating with your clients, with your partners, is going to be an important aspect of staying competitive.
Right. And here, listen, we can go on and on and on with Microsoft Teams. I mean, we're not going to be able to talk the be all end all of Microsoft Teams
Right.
here, but before we wrap it up, any final thoughts on Microsoft Teams going forward? How do you see the future?
Sure,
when it
yeah.
comes to Microsoft
Go
Team?
out there and get your Office 365
Plain and
license.
simple.
Yeah.
Just
I
get
mean,
Microsoft Teams.
Yeah.
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 Even for school, I mean, for students,
I think they get a free version.
They do, and they
Yeah.
can use. I've seen it. I mean, my girlfriend has it.
Yeah,
Right.
try it out. It's a great tool, even if you just want to experiment and see what kind of communication you can
Yeah.
get accomplished.
I think one of the things that I'm looking forward to is there's Outlook.com, which is the free version of Office 365 for Microsoft. One of the things that I want to see is Microsoft integrate Teams into that Outlook.com. They offer Word, Excel, some of the other tools
On the web.
on
for
the
free.
web
Yeah.
on the web for free. One of the things that I want to see, I think, which is going to explode even more than what we are seeing now is Microsoft Teams for Outlook.com. And if you have not done so already, and you don't have a Microsoft account, there's a lot of people that rely on Gmail and Yahoo and all these things. Go out there and subscribe to or get a free Outlook account and start testing the Microsoft products. You know, for us, we're a Microsoft partner, so we kind of biased for the Microsoft tools, but we definitely recommend Microsoft Teams. So
But it's still the truth. I mean,
Definitely
I
the
know
truth.
we're Microsoft partners, but it's still it's legit. It's good.
it's definitely
application.
legit. Definitely legit.
Well, we've seen what other people are using, right? Like you
Right.
said, Gmail and
Yeah.
was it OneDrive for Google Drive
Yeah, G Drive.
and
yeah.
Slack and all that, which are really are great applications, but they're not.
As powerful,
as
as
powerful
integrated
as,
as Microsoft Team. And the other thing too is we work with a number of clients and a number of partners, and the tool of choice for them is Microsoft,
It
right?
is.
And the reason why is for the things that we talked about today. Yes, Google and Gmail and Slack are powerful competitors, but they're nowhere near where Microsoft Teams is at.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, Javier, Austin, Israel, being in the show.
Great conversation. I
Great
think.
conversation.
Yeah,
And
today.
of course, we're not going to be able to talk about everything Microsoft Teams and just little span time that we have here. But
Right.
if you have any questions, reach out to us. Feel free to reach out to us. Follow us on social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Vimeo, YouTube, Twitter. And with all that being said, thank you guys. See you next time.
Thank you.
See
See
you
you
next
guys.
time.